The Dawning event is live in Destiny 2, and while I have my complaints about the system of acquiring ingredients for baking purposes, over time I was able to accumulate a nice stack of resources and ultimately got my hands on a number of solid rolls of the Dawning Pulse Rifle, the Stay Frosty. There's a lot I want to talk about with this thing. I tried killing wind rolls, I tried heating up rolls, I tried Encore, Kill Clip, Desperado, Headstone. I mean, I went through all the paces with this thing across no less than 7 or 8 rolls on the weapon, and I've landed on a couple of combinations that really stand out to me. But I have a very weird relationship with this weapon. This thing, it kind of reminds me of like Charizard in the original Kanto region anime, right? Some matches it like walks in with a bad attitude and is like, I'm about to wreck this whole friggin' lobby. Other matches, it's like, you know what? I'm gonna take a nap and you're gonna get thrashed and I'm not really gonna care. That's really the best comparison that I can make. So if you're down to clown with a temperamental but potentially explosive pulse rifle, then the Stay Frosty is right up your alley. So let's get into it. But before we do, hey, if this is like your 3rd, 4th, maybe 5th video of mine that you've watched and you aren't subscribed to the channel, then hey, kick your shoes off. Hang up your coat, stay a while, consider hitting the sub button, help me finally get over that 300,000 subscriber hump that I've been stuck at for a while now. I mean, according to YouTube, like half of the people who watch my videos are not subscribed, and I get it, you know, I gotta earn that, but maybe take a second and consider if you think maybe I have by now, so thanks. Alrighty, Stay Frosty. First of all, basic introduction. The Stay Frosty is a stasis lightweight frame pulse rifle. These are a peculiar breed of pulse. They're not overly popular. I mean, they've got that 0.8 second optimal TTK, which is pretty average, honestly. It's got relatively low range for the family. They've got high handling. Most people, they either go one way or the other. They either go slow firing and hard hitting with their pulses, like something like the Messenger or the Belisarius, or they go for fast firing and a relatively quick TTK and go with a rapid fire frame like Peace of Mind or Horror's Least. Not a lot of folks split the difference with these lightweight frames, sort of a hybrid. But these lightweights, they tend to have like some loaded perk pools, and the Stay Frosty is no different. More on that in a moment, but let's talk base stats. The premier lightweight that most people I think are familiar with is probably the Chattering Bone. I mean, it's great, it's craftable, it's got jacked perks like Kill Clip, Rapid Hit, Keep Away, Head Seeker. I mean, it's a powerhouse in the family. So the cool thing about the Stay Frosty is that it actually goes pound for pound with the Chattering Bone in most stat categories. It slightly edges out the Chattering Bone in the range department with that 18 zoom. It gets slightly beat in the stability department. Otherwise, the base stats on the Stay Frosty are actually quite solid. The recoil direction is 55, which isn't great, but it's more or less vertical, and we can work with that. One of the rolls in the background that you'll see is the Kill Clip roll that I use, and it's got arrowhead break and a counterbalance mod to make it a perfect 100 recoil pattern. Ultimately, I deemed that this weapon could be optimized otherwise, and you don't need to sacrifice a barrel and a mod slot to do that. The roll that I went the hardest with, getting 4 Wee-Rans and dropping almost 60 kills in a single match, it had the stock 55 recoil pattern. So I'll touch on that in a sec, but the basic gist is that we're going to be leveling up the gun, kind of like a roguelite. Let's get into the perks. In the first column, the Stay Frosty has Heating Up, right? Kills grant accuracy, stability, and recoil buffs for 5.5 seconds. Hey, this is an incredible perk for kill chaining with pulses. It honestly feels hard to miss when you get this up and running. Next, you've got Enlightened Action. Dealing damage provides a reload speed buff and a handling buff. Not a bad perk, but all in all, not the play on this pulse. Next, Offhand Strike. It sucks, don't bother. Killing Wind, which is a phenomenal kill chaining perk, but for me, the extra range and mobility that it provides is not actually what's going to help you the most in this slot. Next, Moving Target, always a good perk. Tunnel Vision, which is comfortably B tier, and finally, Encore. The 2 best perks in this slot specifically for this weapon are Heating Up and Encore. Let me tell you why. This weapon has some of the worst muzzle flash in the history of Destiny 2. Like, it is absolutely atrocious. This gun should come with an epilepsy warning. It genuinely makes this weapon a pain to use as a standard dueler. Honestly, that's this weapon's Achilles heel. It is not a good dueler, straight up. I'll be honest, it does not fare well in a straight up 1v1 duel. Most weapons will outperform it. In order to get that first kill, you're probably going to need to use your positioning to get the drop on someone, or leverage an ability to prime them. But once you earn that first kill, then then you are rewarded. This weapon is really all about kill chaining. You level the gun up, kind of like a roguelite minigame. You get that first kill, and now you've got Encore, or heating up active, and the thing is a laser beam, and that muzzle flash suddenly doesn't matter as much. The reason I take Encore over heating up, personally, is really because you get both range and stability as well as accuracy, right? So one headshot kill, now you've got 10 more range and 16 more stability, as well as an accuracy buff. That's literally getting a kill, and then immediately you just kind of slap on an adept range mod on your gun, an adept stability mod on your gun, an extra 6 stability on top of that, and hidden hand from Destiny 1. That's crazy. Get a second headshot kill, now you're running around with a lightweight pulse that potentially has 75 range and 100 stability. That's what mine is doing in the gameplay in the background. You can see just how effective it can be when you get it rolling. But let's hit that second column because there's a lot going on in here too. You've got collective action, which is a hard pass for me. I mean, it's a damage perk, sure, but it's a damage perk that's harder to activate than the other damage perks in the same slot, so it's not worth the extra hassle. Then there's attrition orbs, which sucks in PvP. I really wanted to like this, especially running Devour builds where I can pick up orbs of light to queue up Devour streaks. It just doesn't work very well. It's terrible in PvP. You've got under over, which is not what you need on this pulse. Like, it has its place, but this isn't it. You've got Head Seeker, which is a good perk for raw dueling pulses, which this absolutely is not. Then the 3 perks you actually want to keep an eye out for. First, kill clip. I mean, it's a no-brainer. Get a kill, and now you can reload and start 2-bursting people, right? It's stupid good. Suddenly this thing is a monster. Pair it with Encore, and you've got a laser beam pulse that shreds people before they can fire off a 3rd shot from their hand cannon or their pulse. Next, Headstone. I actually got a handful of like free kills pairing this with the artifact mods this season for bigger shatters and extra damage. You can have a lot of fun with this one. I mean, maybe even use like the renewal grasps with it. There's potential here if you're building around stasis. And last, there's Desperado. Yes, it got nerfed a while back. But guys, this perk is so dang fun. The gameplay in this video is mostly my Encore Desperado roll. I have 200 kills in this combo already. It's so fun. You get a headshot kill, reload the weapon, now it's going to fire 30% faster for 6 seconds, and it melts people, you can clearly see. And you can play with the timing too. You don't have to reload immediately if there isn't like another target in sight just yet. You've got a little over 5 seconds after that headshot kill to finish a reload. So you can pause for a second or two and then reload and get more time in total to leverage the perk. Yes, kill clip is easier to activate. Yes, kill clip is consistent and honestly probably the smarter choice. But listen, I've been using kill clip rolls since before my now 4th grade son ever existed. I was using kill clip rolls back when bell-bottom jeans made a very short comeback in America. I was using kill clip rolls back when people still used iPods and Spotify didn't exist. Sometimes I get a little bored with kill clip, and Desperado has a high fun factor. And let's be honest, I'm not using Stay Frosty in comp. I'm not using Stay Frosty in trials. Like I said, it's a terrible dueling gun, but you better believe I'm breaking it out in 6s when I genuinely don't care and I just want to do some fun and silly kill chaining stuff. And if that's your mindset, then hey, the sky is the limit with this pulse. So here, real quick, I will flash on screen what my recommended perfect god roll for this pulse rifle is. I've gotten 4 out of 5 of these on mine, so I'm gonna keep baking some cookies as I can and focusing these things until I can hopefully get the 5 out of 5 roll. And there you have it. That's the Stay Frosty. Thanks so much for watching the video today. If you enjoyed it, then please consider leaving a like on the video and hit that subscribe button to help me hit that 300,000 subscriber mark. That would be super cool of you. Consider checking out my whiskey channel if that's your thing too. I'll leave a link to that in the description. Let me know below in the comments if you like the Stay Frosty and what roles stood out to you personally. Be warm and well fed, my friends, and I hope to catch you in the Crucible.
Shut them down. Double down. Double down. Who says warlocks are better with books than with guns? Okay. Who is he? together. Nothing